Hey Tallahassee, happy Friday. Got our Friday beginner virtual lesson today for you guys. We're going to do some different things. Being that it's Friday, might have been a long week. I don't know about you, but these weeks kind of go a little slower. Know that everything's a little different. So, got some fun things planned for you guys. If you are a parent helping out with your child training, a couple things you might need for this class is some type of a stick or a broom handle. No, we're not beating your child if they don't do what they're supposed to, although you might want to. And then if you have something to balance on, doesn't have to be an actual balance beam. Could be about anything from a 2x4 to, you could probably take a couple books, or you could even use a cushion from a couch. Anything that might cause them to bounce a little bit. And then if you got something heavy, obviously we have our slam balls, but if you got something heavy, it could be something from a plastic container full of detergent to, I don't know, it could be a jug of water, anything you want, that'll work too. So, not sure if we'll use it all today, but we'll see how much we can fit in our lesson. So, of course, got to get you warmed up here. All right, so get your legs out wide for your sitting stance. Remember, sitting stance is both legs twice as wide as your shoulder, and you're just going to squat and come up and back just like that, up and down. You do that for about 20 seconds, up and back, keep it moving. All right. Remember, whether you're a current student with us, or if you're just someone who's enjoying our virtual lessons, ideally most students train 2 days a week, so that's what we recommend. Even though we do 3 lessons per week for now, we recommend you do 2 of those, and then Wednesday's lessons are on YouTube also. So if you go to Tiger Rock Martial Arts of Tallahassee, you'll see Wednesday's lessons, which we'll be able to start posting them on YouTube for you, and that way you'll have that option. So if you're not watching them live here on Zoom, you can always go back and watch them later, or of course in our Tiger Rock Families Facebook group. So you got a lot of options there. All right, are you at 300,000 yet?
Yes.
No? All right, close enough. All right, good. Now what we want to do on those same squats is we want to add a block. So we're going to put some timing in there. So remember, on your high block, you got your hands by your waist. Take one arm, comes up to your shoulder, straight above your head, just like that. When that one comes down, remember you go to your shoulder first, and then you pick your elbow up, and then your arm follows for your high block. So you're coming through, blocking, just like that. So what we're going to do is work on some timing. So if you get down in your squat position here, and you're down low, and you got a high block up, when you come up, you block. You drop down, come up, you block. You drop down, come up, you block. Okay? And go. Dropping and blocking. There you go. Keep those squats warm, getting those legs warmed up. We're going to do some kicks today, work on your retraction, making sure you're getting those things level, and work on a little balance today too. So be ready. Got some cool stuff for you planned. We just want to make sure you get those legs extra warmed up, especially being the end of the week there. Miss Petticord said she was worn out from frog jumps we had her do the other day, so we got to get her all stretched out. Awesome. All right, good. Stop right there. All right, doing our front stretches. You know the drill. Right hand's in front, other hand's guard position. Toes come up, keeping the legs straight, all the way up and all the way down. Go ahead and do that for about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switching it up. Other side, same thing. Up and back. Remember, the leg never bends. And 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Going out to the side. Remember, where do we look? Looking at our hand there. And then when we bring that leg up, that foot stays sideways. So we're coming up sideways. And same thing. 5 seconds. Looking where that foot's going. Yep. Reverse it. Go the other way there. Take one step over there. Thank you. All right. And other side. Up and back. Remember, look in the direction your foot's going. Good. And stop. All right. Let's go and stretch out. So drop down. Legs out wide. And same thing. Loosen up the hips. Back and forth. let's do a couple of little strength and stretching drills, just because it's the end of the week. Loosen you up, and then we'll get down to business. Take a step over there. Keep creeping up next to me there. All right. So what you're gonna do is take your right foot, point it that direction a little bit. You're gonna be on your heel on the other side. You're just gonna lower yourself down there, stretch out, and then you switch it to the other side. And then go back. And back up. Excellent. All right, super. Ready for business. All right, so we said we want to work on retraction. And what that means is most people, they concentrate on the positive part or the beginning part of a kick, or it could be a project, but the second half is usually what tends to lose the same momentum as the front. What do you mean by that is if I turn sideways and do a kick, often students will throw a great kick and then they don't fully pull back when they put their foot down. Well, when you don't fully put it back, you're not able to add other things. It hurts your balance. It's kind of like taking stuff like taking a toy out, playing with it, and not putting it back. All right? Sooner or later, you have a mess, or you can't find it when you need it. So it's always important. Take it out, put it back where it goes. Same thing. Bring your leg up, kick out, pull it back where it started before you put it down. So we want to work on some of those things. So let's do a couple real quick. So we're going to turn this way. Okay? Got our hands up. Have you turn the same way? You got your right leg ready to do your front kick. So knee comes up. Then it goes out, back, and down. So it comes up, out, back, and down. And two more. Up, out, and back. Good. One more. Good. All right, now we switch this direction. Now the reason we're going sideways is so you can kind of watch what our leg is doing. Because most likely, I'm sure you don't have a mirror in front of you. And then the other thing is, think of two kicks. One, top of the foot kicks target. Two, this part is trying to hit me in the hip there. It's probably not going to happen just because of the way your body's built, but that's still our goal. So you come up, out, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Good. Two more. Up and back. One more. All right. Excellent. Good. Now, what we want to do is we're going to have a little fun here while we keep getting you stronger before we go to our next drill. So get low for me. All right. What you're going to do from here is you're going to stay as low as you can and kick. Okay? They're not going to be real high kicks, but you just come up a little bit and kick. Come up and kick. Oh, just like that. I'm a little stiff myself. All right. So try that for 15 seconds and go. Up and kick. There you go. It'll help you work on your balance too. Up and kick. Up and kick. Stand low and kicking. Stand low and kicking. There you go. Good. Hey, no hands over there. Oh, you gotta lean backwards there. You gotta lean forward. All right, excellent. So, hopefully, you got a parent or someone watching with you. So, you're gonna get stick, broom handle, whatever it might be, and now we're gonna keep you honest. Okay? So now, when she does her kick over the pole, she's got to pull her leg back the same height, otherwise she's going to hit the pole. Now, we're just trying to get you to get used to always pulling it back, not seeing how high you can kick. So if she's got her hands up, she's about to kick, I'm not going to hold the pole up here. Okay, it's probably not going to do much good. I'm going to lower it this far. Just kidding. All right? So it's not about how high the pole is, it's just a point of when I kick over, I pull back. All right? So here we go. You guys can go with us. So if that's her waist level, I'm going to go kind of about where her thighs are. And we'll use the front leg there. So she's got her right leg. You guys should have your left leg. And here we go. One. Good. Now, you got to make sure it goes all the way over the pole. No shortcuts. Okay? Parents, if you're helping out, no shortcuts. If you don't have a parent or someone to hold the stick for you right now, maybe they're doing some work, you can find your couch. And if you got your couch cushion here, okay, you face your couch, you kick over the cushion, and you pull your foot back so it never lands on the couch. Okay? Or you can use a chair. If you had a chair here, you kick toward the back of the chair, pull back, never hits the seat. So there's always a way to do it. So don't like, well, I don't have to. That's called excuse. We're not interested in those. All right, just like, oh, I can't train for home, or it's not the same. Well, yeah, it's not the same, but you can still make it happen. All right, here we go. 1. Good. Now that foot's got to be over here. 2. It's over there, right here. 3. Yeah, that's better. 4. Aha! See, you make them kick the right way, and look what happens. Good. 5. There we go. All right, other leg. Here we go. Other side. 1. Whew, almost hit me on that one. 2. And 3. Make sure you watch your feet. 4. Yeah, you're kind of going sideways again there. 4. There you go. Make sure it's over here. 5. It's my hand. That's funny, huh? Now, a couple things real quick. Don't get so caught up in being worried about or not wanting to hit the stick here or the couch or whatever you're using that you start changing your kick. And that's what a lot of people do. All right? Embrace, be excited if you make those mistakes because it gives you the ability to get better. And that's what a lot of people forget. They're so caught up in trying to do it right or get a higher grade or not make a mistake that they don't do things the right way or they change how it's done. And the reason you do things the right way is because it makes you better or you get a better result. Okay? So that's what's important. So embrace the process. Okay? If you hit the stick, don't make it, oh man, I'm terrible. No, you're not. You should be excited and say, oh, I hit the stick 3 times. That means I can still learn something. And we hear it all the time from our students. I already know my form. No, you know the moves, but are you able to do it the exact way it was meant to be done? That's different. So anyway, that's our quick lesson on the stick here. Alrighty, moving on. So if you were with us in any of the other lessons, then you should remember this combination. Now, if you weren't and you get a little lost, I'm kind of doing that on purpose. And the reason why is I want to hold you accountable for staying with your lessons, okay? Because they build. Same thing, parents, I want to hold you accountable too to make sure you're letting your kids watch these lessons, okay? Because everything builds to improve. And so the only way to do that is to put you in a position where you have to, okay? And again, like we said earlier, no excuses saying, well, I can't keep up, I'm just not going to do it, all right? Guess what? That's the way life is. Life's not going to wait for you. Nobody's going to wait for you, all right? You have to move faster, okay? So, combination we did. Let's go over that. So you got your hands in guard position. Remember, your right leg does your front kick. Bam, okay? Lands front. Front arm does that windshield wiper block where it comes across your body. And then remember we said we changed it to a knife hand where it would come straight out. And then instead of trying to punch here where you're all crossed and squished, you reach out, throw your punch, and of course you always take a step backwards. So that combination again, going a little faster. Your right leg front kicks like we just did. Your windshield wiper block. Change to a knife hand, strike, then punch in the same spot. And then you always take one step back. So one more time. Kick, block, strike, punch, step back. And again, kick, block, strike, punch, step back. And again, here we go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And last time, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Whew. There we go. Piece of cake, no problem. All right, excellent. So now we said we want to work on balance too. Hello. The balance beam. Okay, now something to think about while you're catching your breath is most of the time being on a balance beam, it's really messing with your head than it really is so much that big of a deal. Because think about it, if I'm standing on the mat where it's flat and I have my foot where it needs to be and I'm doing my kick, I'm going to balance. But now I get on the balance beam and my foot really should be in the same spot. It doesn't change, okay? But it gets in my mind that I'm on a balance beam and that everything looks different from up here, even though it's only a couple inches off the ground. And so it messes with your mind. And so now what happens is you start wobbling and doing all these things where here, your foot's on the same spot. You know, your foot's only going to take up whatever much room. It's going to do the same thing on the balance beam. So we got to train our brain to not think of anything any different than here and not play those mind games, those tricks on you, and then your balance suddenly doesn't change. As opposed to being here on the mat. Okay? So there's a lot of things we train here in martial arts, not just kicking a target or learning how to block or escape if someone grabs you, but there's a lot of things about training your mind and making you look at things different. So, all right, hop on there. Good. So you got your right leg in front there, audience. Okay, and what you're going to do is just pick that leg up and kick, pull it back, and just do it on your own for a little bit. Now, I'm guessing most of you probably don't have a balance beam, so you can, step on a couple books if you like. That'll give you a little height. You'll be creative. It's kind of fun to look around the house and see what kind of things you have. Okay, don't stand on your dog because that's probably not going to work. It's probably going to bite you. All right, so go. Do a couple kicks there. Things that'll keep your balance are hands up, looking forward. Don't look down, because if you look down, your eyes are over here and your body's over here, and it pulls you forward. So again, it starts messing with your mind. Good. All right, go and change legs. So you guys change legs, do the other side. Now, naturally, one side's probably going to be a little better than the other, so all the more reason to do both of them. And give you a couple hints there. Keep your knees bent while you're doing it. It'll help you out a lot more. There you go. Looking good. Whoa. Good, and stop. Now, let me show you something really quick, because most likely you guys are doing this also. Get back on there for me, and then go ahead and kick with your left leg, which for you guys, that would be your right leg. All right, now, while she's kicking, keep going. I want you to look at the leg she has on the balance beam, and it's almost completely pointing that direction. Hey, no looking, just keep kicking. All right, and it's almost completely that direction, even with the balance beam, where it needs to be. Okay, now go ahead and change legs. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see, but on her other side, that leg is more diagonal. It's not almost perfectly straight like the other one was, and now her balance is off. And the reason why is when that foot is kind of at an angle there, pushes your hips out. You don't even realize it. And when it pushes your hips out, what happens is you're going this way while you're trying to kick that way. And that's not going to help your balance, because your body's going one way and you're trying to go the other, and it doesn't work. Wherever your hips go, your body follows. So when that foot's where it needs to be, so what does that tell you? One side is a little more comfortable than the other. It's not that it's that much better, it's all mechanics. How you're angled it. All right, good. You can jump off there. All right, we're gonna play a game here. All right. So this is called On the Shore and in the Water. So we'll just leave this here, and you guys can play with us. You don't need an actual balance beam. You can have a book, a line, whatever it might be. So if we say in the water, she's gonna jump over the balance beam in the water. In the water. Good. If we say on the shore, she'll jump backwards back on the shore. Good. All right. So that's how it works. Now make sure you listen to what we tell you so you know where to go. And again, don't follow the black belt, because if I trick her and you follow her, then you're going to get tricked too. All right, here we go. In the water. On the shore. In the water. On the shore. Good. Back on the shore. Whoa, you almost moved there. Good. All right, now back on the shore. Whoa. In the water. All right, good. Back in the water. Good. On the shore. In the water. On the shore. Good. In the water. Good. In the water. Good. Back on the shore. Good. Back on the shore. In the water. On the shore. In the water. On the shore. In the water. In the water. Ooh! Ah ha ha. Good. All right. There's a shark in the water. Back in the water. Oh. No, my goodness. It wasn't a real shark. Good. All right. Now on the shore. Good. Try it one more time. Back on the shore. Whoa. Very good. All right. Maybe you got it. Maybe I tricked you once. Give yourself one big clap. Ugh, that's a bad one. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. Excellent. So, moving on. Okay. So, we worked on our kicks, our retraction. Now, we're going to also want to work on your strength and that type of thing, too. Now, what do you think would happen if you put, like, ankle weights around and made your ankles or your feet really heavy, and you had to pick them up and kick? It would be pretty hard. But what do you think would happen once you took the ankle weights off?
It would be easier.
Right, your legs would feel like they just lost 20 pounds or something, and you'd be like, whoa, look how light they are, okay? And so one way to learn to be lighter on your feet, bounce more, move, is to grab some weight. So first thing is you got your hands up, okay? Now, when you're on your feet, in martial arts, we want to be more on the balls of our feet, which is that part right there, not the heels. When you're more on your heels, you stick to the ground like you got stepped in gum. Okay? And you don't move very well. So when you're on the balls of your feet, you got spring. Because I can push up with my feet without really moving my legs. And so I can spring and I can bounce around real well. I can change directions. I can move over. I can pick up and kick really easy. I'm lighter. I'm springier. But when you're on your heels, it's like you're glued to the mat there. So, what we want to do is, you're on the balls of your feet, just move around, and then we're going to do some shadow boxing. So, do some punches, some kicks. There is no wrong answer, so you can do whatever kicks you want that we've showed you. Remember, we've done the front kick, we've done the step, side kick, and remember the round kick that was kind of like a flamingo. We pulled, did the round kick, so you have all those kind of options. All right? So, in your position there, and of course you got your punches, your block that we did, your knife hand, so you got all kinds of things you can do, all right? So, bounce on your own, shadow box in there, okay? You can pretend like you're shadow sparring there, Miss Petticord, throw kicks, punches, whatever you want to do. And we'll just let you go there for a few seconds. Remember, keep your hands eye level. If you don't see your knuckles when you're bouncing around close to your eyes, then they're too low. So you got to see them even with your nose right there. Who said stop? All right, now let me stop you for a second. When you do this, you're not Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. We're just gonna, okay? It's a gentle shift back and forth, a change directions, you know, a movement, that type of thing. But if you notice, watch my heels, they really don't ever touch, okay? If you just kind of, like Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, all right, then you're really not changing your weight and you don't have that lightness like you're on a cloud, okay? So make sure that's important. The other thing is, in a competition setting, if you're moving the same way up and down, the skilled people, they'll time you and they'll know when you're going up and when you're going down, and then they know when to either attack or when to run by you or when to change directions, because they know when your weight sits down, you're kind of stuck and you don't move as well. And that's why in football, when those guys are running out to catch a pass, they change directions at a certain time. They look for the guys on the other team, say, to cross their legs this way, and then the guy going to catch the ball will run that way, and he knows you can't turn and catch him, so your only chance is to come back around this way, which means he's in front of you, and it's hard for you to knock the ball down unless you're really fast. So all those things make a huge difference. So back bouncing again, and punches, kicks, good. Don't be Tigger, don't be Tigger. Keep one shoulder behind the other. If you want to change legs, then one shoulder's in front, one's behind, body's narrow. There you go, good. Keep those hands so you can see them, nose level there. Good, and stop. All right, good. So, now the fun part. Now obviously you're not going to be able to use your hands too much, but you need to go find something heavy, okay? And like I said, if you got one of those plastic things full of laundry detergent, you can hold that on your body. That a gallon is 8 pounds. So if you have a gallon of something, that's 8 pounds. If you have a half a gallon, that's 4 pounds. So you want to go find something really heavy. Luckily, we have a 15-pound slam ball. So there you go. Yeah, just like you ate a bunch of rocks. All right, so now you're holding on to whatever you got that's heavy. If you got a decent-sized dog, you might just scoop up your dog like a forklift and hold on to him. Or like us, we got a 15-pound cat, so he's pretty big. I don't know how long he'd stay there though. But anyway, so now you're bouncing around. Obviously, you can't do punches, but you're bouncing around and still doing some kicks. It's like slow motion. Oh my goodness, don't drop. If only you could drop weight that easy, right? Come on, Miss Petticord. Hold that thing. Ay. Good. Come on, about 30 more seconds. You guys gotta stay with us. Whatever you got heavy there, come on. Good, you got 10 seconds. Pick that back up. Come on, 10 seconds left. Come on, don't give up on us. Come on, Miss Petticord. Time's ticking. 5 more seconds. 4, 3. If you can only hear how much she's huffing and puffing on the video here. Good. And stop. All right, good. Drop that. Thank you. We'll take that back. All right. So now, guess what? Do the same thing, but you don't have your weight anymore, and you should feel like super light, like, oh my goodness, I can move like I float. So go ahead and do it. Last round. Go ahead. Start bouncing and moving. Ooh, look at that. She's like 3 times as fast now. Just like you had a energy bar, just ate a bunch of sugar or something. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Very nice. And stop. Excellent. Give yourself one big clap. Boom. All right, super good. You can have a seat there, take a break, catch your breath there. All right, so here's our lesson for this wonderful Friday as we go into the weekend. Is what I want you to understand, based on the last drill we did, is you always have to do more than what you want to achieve to get to what you want. And what do you mean by that is, for example, in school, a C is supposed to represent average. Okay, average would be just kind of everyone, so you would think average wouldn't mean you had to put really any work in. You just kind of show up. But most likely, if you're taking a test or learning something, you can't just show up and get a C. You still got to put some work in. And so if you want that A, you can't just do enough to get an A. You kind of have to put in the type of work like 3 times more like you're going to get an A+, just to get down to that A. Or if you want an A+, you kind of have to work for like an A+++. So if you want to be really fast and light on your feet and be able to move, you can't just do it by moving around on your feet. You have to do a lot more. And so you had to get a big weight, a 15-pound slam ball or maybe an 8-pound weight or something at home that you held on to. And then when you took it off, now you have that feeling. Suddenly you feel really light. And so my point is you always have to do more than what you want to do to get your results. That's the way life is. Okay? Does that stink? Maybe, maybe not. But what the important thing is knowing that that's what you have to do. Because I didn't have anyone as a kid teaching me these things. I didn't do martial arts until I was 20 years old. So I didn't get these lessons. And so if someone would have told me that a long time ago, it probably would have helped me do better in school, or when something's a challenge or something isn't going the way I want, or it's taken me a lot longer to get to the point I want to be. For example, tournaments. I went to a lot of tournaments and I trained really hard, but it took me a long time before I finally started doing well in tournaments. And so I had to do a lot more than what most people around me had to do to achieve the same success. Okay? Luckily, I was an adult and I could recognize that. But if I was your age as a young person and someone said, "Hey, you want to do tournaments and do well in them, you can't go to 2 classes a week. You got to go to 3 and 4." And then if I said, "Well, I don't want to do that," it's like, well, that's fine, but don't get upset when you go to a tournament and you don't do that well, because you're not doing twice as much as you need to. Or if you play another sport, or if you're trying to get stronger, or you're playing a game, or you're trying to learn something on the computer, anything like that. So as long as you're aware of what it takes, it makes it a little easier to do, or at least sometimes, depending on what it is, you might just say, "You know what, I'm not willing to do that." Learning that skill or that particular game is not that important to me, so I'm just going to do enough to get by. But you never want to have regret, which basically means you don't ever want to go back later and say, "Man, I wish I would have done that," because that's the worst feeling. Knowing you did everything you could and tried your best and put all the effort in, and whatever result you got, at least that's satisfying. Or maybe you just weren't the best for that day. But knowing that you didn't do much work and then someone else passed you by, or something else you missed just because you didn't put in the time, that stinks. So anyway, have an excellent weekend, and we will look forward to seeing you guys on Monday for our next virtual lesson. And if, like anything, if you guys have any questions, you can message us, and we enjoyed working with you. Have a great weekend.